really scary thing? These are the same ears that I got when I was 5. See, look, the embroidery is the same. They still kind of fit, which is kind of scary. Hello, everyone. My name is Nicholas Vincent Barbera, but you can call me Nick. And yes, like you, I am a tremendous Disney fan. Big. Some of you might know me as the creator slash director slash producer slash some voices on the Haunted Mansion show, which is featured on micechat.com. I'll leave a link to the website in the description so that way you can visit that site. This show in particular, of which I call Main Street Station, a walk through the Disney parks, was actually starting as a radio show when I was in college, pretty much a few years back. But now that I have graduated, class of 2017, now I decided to mix things up a little bit and bring this show up on YouTube so that way I find a way to share my biggest passion, which is Universal, as you can plainly see. Sorry, I screwed that up. Disney, as you can see, and just talk about it and just bring up news. Might also have some games in the foreseeable future, some trivia. I'll also do reviews on movies that have either just come out or came way earlier. I'm talking Snow White and Jungle Book and even those old movies. And books and TV shows. So pretty much if you want me to talk about a film or TV show or book, you can leave it in the description below. And I'll also be having some interviews with guests as well. I know plenty of people who are also big Disney fans. And I've also been working hard at artistic visions from that passion. And we'll be talking just Disney with each other and stuff like that. Speaking of which, my guest who will be coming very soon, his name is Ricky DJ Technoid. Perhaps you've heard of him. He's a pretty big DJ, as his name implies, and he also helped out in the graphic design on some of the pretty looking stuff that you see here on the videos and on the channel. So thank you, Ricky, for that. And soon we'll be getting to know him, probably the next episode. Hopefully the next episode. We've been trying to get this going for a while, actually, this interview. So there's that. If you're curious to see the origins of this show, there are highlights of the old radio show times that I had, and you can find them pretty much all around here. I'll give you a moment to just take a look at them and click on them if you want. You're back already? Okay, great. Now, the most important thing about the show is that I'm still experimenting. So to you, this may look like just another Disney podcast, but, you know, I like to use this as a mechanism to drive my passion for Disney forward, as well as the Haunted Mansion show. Those are, as of right now, those are both my big YouTube passions, as of right now. That's the only word that I can think of. In the meantime, let's dive right in. As you can see, I got my Magic Kingdom notepad, so that way I can keep track of all the things that I'm going to talk about. Alright, now Pirates of the Caribbean. There is a lot to talk about, especially with these past few weeks. Dead Men Tell No Tales has just come out. I have yet to see that. I will do a review on that movie for the next episode. There will be an exhibit at D23 this year, which will focus solely on pirates because of the legacy. There is a book that has come out right now, which is also about the Disney Pirates legacy, including Peter Pan and Pirates of the Caribbean as a ride and as a movie series, and even in their silent films. There's some Treasure Island. There's a lot to talk about because there's such a big impact that Disney has left with pirates, just in general. So you could purchase it at Amazon. Most importantly, in terms of theme park stuff, which is our main focus here, the talking skull that has been retired from the Walt Disney World version of the ride has just been brought back. Now, I know what you may think. Brought back, he looks a lot like the Disneyland version. Well, he does, as you'll see in this clip, which is provided by attractionsmagazine.com. Again, I will leave that website in the description below. As you can see, as you're gliding by Dead Man's Grotto, you come across the skeletal helmsman, who is driving the ship rather rather creepily, and then, oh, there it is, right there in the upper right-hand corner. There is the skull recommissioned in its former glory, kind of, because he is looking, again, a lot like Disneyland, and whoa, you can see that flash. That is a photo opportunity now. Yes, you heard me right. Disney has now put in a photo op right before the drop in Walt Disney World's Pirates of the Caribbean, and by doing so, they have brought back the skull from the past. The voice is obviously very different. It has been re-recorded by a new guy, and it is not even the ex intensio recording that they use at Disneyland, which they could have easily done. And it isn't even the voice that they used for Walt Disney World back when the ride didn't have Jack Sparrow or anything at all. I'll leave a clip of that voice. Can we get that, please?
Avast there, lovers. There be rough waters ahead. Sit close together and keep your ruddy hands inboard.
Aye, on your way to Davy Jones' locker.
I don't know exactly who did it, but that's not really important, because what is important is that it is rather cool looking regardless. I love that they brought this piece of history back of Walt Disney World's Pirates. Even if it sounds different and it looks a little bit different than what it used to be, it was still there, and it looks fantastic. Now, what's interesting is that Disney Parks blog actually teased us with this quite some ways ago, a few days or a week ago, by posting about the fact that a new photo opportunity was coming to Pirates of the Caribbean. So their only tease for that was this picture right here. You just gotta love how these families just look accepting about the fact that there's an undead pirate right behind them that could probably, I don't know, that could probably kill them. I mean, well, not kill them. I mean, this is Disney World. But we didn't know how exactly they would do it until now, and they couldn't have picked a better opportunity to do that. Now, if we can just have the Barker bird back out in front, that would just, that'd be great. Speaking of the ride, there are changes that are coming over in Disneyland Paris's version, as some of you may know. That means that the changes that we have gotten from Tokyo, California, and Florida are now on their way over to Paris, just to make things even. The restaurant, which was the Blue Lagoon, which was basically their version of the Blue Bayou at Disneyland, is now being renamed to Captain Jack's Le Restaurant des Pirates. I don't know if my accent was right on that. Doesn't sound so bad so far, right? It's just a name change, and I mean, goodness knows what they're doing to the interior. But here is a piece of news that I have found that, again, may or may not be pretty significant. The auction scene is a classic scene, right? I mean, when we think of Pirates of the Caribbean as a ride, that's the scene that we usually think of with the "We want the ready." This is just a rumor for now, and this comes from disneyandmore.blogspot.com. But the auction scene may or may not be replaced with something else. There isn't really enough reason why, other than the fact that it might be because of political correctness, which I don't buy, because think about it this way. In California, we've had the chase scene, right? In California, it has been changed around around the early 90s. Florida, same thing, more or less. The interesting thing here is that in Paris, theirs has been the same for a long time, since the park opened. I mean, since the ride opened, rather. I find it kind of interesting that the reason why they could put that away is because of political correctness. If they did, they would have done it here in America years ago. So they know that that's a classic staple of the ride. I'm not really buying that. Again, just a rumor. The removal of the auction scene may or may not be true, but it is something that I found that I thought would be interesting to talk about. What do you think? What do you think they could replace it with? Do you think it should be replaced at all? I don't think so. Leave your opinions down here. Fantasmic will return for the park's 62nd anniversary, which will be this July 17th, 2017. In the meantime, Pirate's Lair and Big Thunder Trail are now reopened and refreshed for all people to see. Star Wars Land. Construction for that place is well underway at both coasts. Over at California, there's a construction going on. Right away, another one. You have all the infrastructures going up at Walt Disney World. Speaking of Hollywood Studios, at the neighboring land, which will become Toy Story Land, you can see the infrastructures for the Slinky Dog Dash roller coaster, which is a great sign that the Toy Story Land construction is well close behind the Star Wars Land construction. Pandora, the world of Avatar, has just opened at Walt Disney World's Animal Kingdom, and having been there on opening day, this is my review for this place. Guys, if you go to Walt Disney World, be sure to go to Animal Kingdom to see Pandora. It is beautiful. It is absolutely gorgeous. The floating mountains are huge. The rides are spectacular. I only got to do the river journey, which doesn't really hold that much content in it. What you're doing is that you're riding through the jungles of Pandora, and you see the gorgeous animatronic of the shaman of the songs, as they call her, and it looks like a real person. I mean, it looks like a real person is in that makeup and is doing all the movements, and it's incredible. They're so fluid, they can form consonants now, and it's just amazing. It's just so cool. But that's all there is to it for the ride, and even then, I get a kick out of it. You know, I think for a ride that focuses on this stuff, when you already have the Flight of Passage, which I heard was phenomenal, or just the whole entire land ambiance in general, then, you know, I really don't think that you need much in a ride like that. It's very it's actually, next to Spaceship Earth, it's probably one of the most relaxing attractions I have ever experienced at a Disney park. I love that ride, and it looks fantastic, and I cannot wait to see where else they go with this kind of technology. I think that takes us right to the end. And this is the last segment that I do at the end of every episode, at least I'm planning on doing this. I get to play a piece of Disney music which can be heard from any of the parks. It doesn't even have to be Disney music, because they do use these from a lot of different bands around the world. So what I do is that I will play this music at the end of each episode as a moment of zen, if you will, for you guys. But here's the kicker, it becomes a game. You guys have to guess where you can hear the music in the parks. Either in the parks or in the hotels and the gift shops, no matter where they are. It is your job to figure out where they come from, where you can hear them rather, and then you'll be able to leave a comment down below to guess. That way, I will feature them right next to me, floating right next to my head on the void that is. I will be playing music in just a bit. Guess where it comes from down below in the comments, and then I'll be able to display it here on the next episode. Speaking of which, please provide feedback. What did you think of this show? Do you enjoy it? Do you not like it? I'd be interested in hearing, because, you know, again, I'm an early bloomer with this. I'd still like to figure out how to shape this, to mold this show specifically. What would you like to see? What do you want me to talk about? What do you want me to review in terms of movies or books or TV, like I said before? What do you want me to do? I'm game for any suggestions and concerns or comments, so just leave it down below, and I'll be happy to put that into good use. So in the meantime, be sure to like and subscribe, and I have been your host, Nick Barbera, and I'll see you real soon.